Let's get started with Tukney to win from the LA Times.
Hey, Sean, good to see you.
How you doing?
Good. So we're coming up on the last days of training camp already. What have you seen from your running backs group? How have you seen them improve throughout this time? And now we're about a week out of the season opener.
Same group from spring. We just added DeShaun. So Britton Brown's been doing well. Same as Zach Charbonnet to Ethan Fernea. And then we got Keegan Jones. Keegan's doing well, just came back. And then we have DeShaun and Brian Colwell. So the guys, they're playing well. Guys are playing hard. I like what I'm seeing so far.
What have you seen from DeShaun coming in as now in this fall?
Just a hard worker. Everything that watching him just work out in the summer it kind of made, I was impressed by that. Just his demeanor, how serious he was. He pretty much knows the offense. So it's kind of exciting just to see a young guy learn as fast as he has. So I'm just excited to see where it goes from there.
You're the longest tenured coach here. You've been here for quite a while. So how would you describe the way things feel around this program now compared to maybe what you may have seen leading up to previous seasons?
Guys are kind of comfortable. You can see that they know what they're doing. They kind of have the battle rhythm of how practice goes. So it's just good to see the older guys that came in with Coach Kelly. Just, they're juniors now and stuff like that. So I'm just excited and see how this team's going to go.
Thanks.
Go to Tracy Pearson from Bruin Report.
Hey, DeShaun, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. What's the dynamic between Britton and Zach? They're similar running backs, similar size, kind of similar style, and vying for playing time. How do they play off of each other? Is there a rivalry there? What are you seeing from them?
Just two competitive guys. They both help each other in the room. They coach up the young guys. So, it's just I promote competition in the room. So we're always going to have competition and they embrace it. I'm just excited. I got two guys that embrace it. They work well with each other and just hopefully we can carry on this into the season.
What was the process of bringing Ethan over from wide receiver? What did you see in him that you thought would lend itself to him being a running back? And what are you seeing now from him? Is he up to speed? Does he know what he's doing? Does he have all the assignments?
Yeah, he is pretty much up to speed. It was similar to Felt, more of a toughness thing. I just knew he was tough enough to play the position. So I've seen him run down on kickoff. He's made plays in space at receiver. So I was just excited to get my hands on him and see what happens. But he's doing a great job. He had a really good spring, and he's carrying that over into summer.
What's the status of Christian Grubb?
He tore his Achilles in track. So we're just waiting for him to get healthy, and as soon as he's healthy, he'll be back.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Saracusa from Last Word.
Hey, DeShaun. So you've had a pretty stacked running back room for the last few years. You had Josh Kelly, you had Demetric. Last year you had Demetric and Felt. Now you've got Britton and you've got Zach. What's the difference in this year's running back room versus the previous years? Is there a difference in skill set or in ability?
It might be just more in style. Like the first year was Josh Kelly and Felt. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, it was just Josh Kelly. Mm-hmm. The next year was Josh Kelly and Felt. Then it was Felt and Britton, and now it's going to be Zach and Britton and the other guys too. But just the style of play, just how they play the game. Usually it was kind of a bigger back and a smaller back, and this one's two big backs, but they both complement each other really well. Britton's more of a slasher. He gets in there and kind of hits things and tries to get it out there. And I'm just excited to see what Zach's going to do. He's a bruiser, but he has feet and he's pretty fast too. So I'm just excited for these guys that I have.
Now, from what we saw of Zach during spring, it looks like, at least from our perspective at a bit of a distance, that Zach doesn't dance around much in the back room. In the backfield, he pretty much sees the hole, hits it, is on the other side pretty quickly. And also it looks like he's not afraid to deliver the contact himself. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's a pretty good, from the distance that you're at, you got it right on. but he's doing well. I'm just excited to see, it was a good get for us. I'm only gonna thank Michigan. I'm just happy that he was able to come back home.
Now, just one thing kind of off that a little bit. One of your previous players, we had, our site had done a little piece on you in the spring, and we talked to some of the previous guys, and Josh Kelly told us that you guys still talk pretty much like every week or 2 weeks, because he said you're still looking to play Madden with him on a regular basis. How's your Madden game?
When the kids get beat, they can't let it go. So this is I've almost retired from that, but when they've lost to me, so they want get back. But I'm in camp right now. I'm focused. I don't have time for their their shenanigans. But Josh, he wants some get back.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, let's go to Sam Connon from SI.
Hey, DeShaun, how you doing?
Hey Sam, I didn't get blown up yesterday. All right.
You got bounced around a little bit.
I'm messing with you.
So that picture from practice that went up yesterday of you and Jerry, people were saying looked like an album cover. How close are you guys as friends and as coaches, and how do you guys work together, you think?
It starts from back when I first came. Jerry basically kind of taught me the offense. He was playing quarterback at that time, and I leaned on him a lot just to learn the offense from him. So our relationship was just taking off from there. And just he's a Bruin through and through. Father also, and it's just he's a good guy. I love Jerry.
Nice. And then Coach Kelly last week was saying that Kaz Allen was kind of going with the running backs and receivers wherever he needed to be at a given time. Is he in the running back room at all for film, or is that just more on the field, like he already knows the film aspect of things?
It's more one-on-one, so he'll get the meeting time with the receivers, and then he'll circle back with me and get some one-on-one stuff. He's an offensive weapon, so we got to use him. This is a guy that you got to find ways to get him on the field.
All right. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Haley Sawyer from SoCal News Group.
Hi there. Just as we get closer to this first game, what's the specific mindset that you want your running backs to have? Is it kind of hype? Is it focused? What are we looking for?
This is basically focus. This is going to be my first season with Zach. I've had Britton for a year, so Britton kind of knows the routine, and it's just stay focused. I have a lot of quiet guys. They're not real big talkers or don't really have a big social media presence, so they kind of lock in. Just stay that way, stay locked in, be ready to play when the number gets called, make that play. And that's just kind of how we're going to approach the season.
Do you like that they don't have a huge social media presence? I mean, so many athletes these days are just out there all the time. What do you kind of make of that?
Kind of just throwback kids, they're just a little different. No tattoos, no social media. So it's just a throwback kind of player, I guess.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, a couple more here. Let's circle back to Tracy and then Tukney.
Hey, is there a sense that what does Keegan Jones bring that's a little bit different than everyone else that you have in that backfield?
He's similar to Cavs. They just have a certain speed that is pretty exceptional, and they can catch out of the backfield really well. So we still have that aspect, like I felt route running wise out of the backfield with Ethan also. So it's just good that now that I have a bunch of different styles, it's not just one or two. I have a few different styles to play with. I'm just glad to keep it back out there.
Is there a sense that you saw kind of what Demetric Felton could do with the type of player he is, and that was so successful, you kind of want to recreate that a bit? Is that kind of the feeling?
Yeah, because I think that kind of helped their confidence, knowing that a player their size and maybe them seeing somebody do that lets them know that they're able to do that too. So I think that they're pretty excited just knowing that Felt was able to be successful in his offense, running the ball and catching out of the backfield, and seeing that it transitioned to the NFL. So I know these guys are pretty excited to be able to show their skills.
Good deal. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go back to Tukney.
Speaking of your album cover, how was karaoke? What did you and Coach Fry sing for karaoke?
That was that Sugar Hill Gang? Sugar Hill Gang? Yeah, it was Sugar Hill Gang. I just wanted to show, I'm just showing the world my many talents. No, I just they had a talent show me. Fry just jumped in it. Kind of just went for it, it was just, and it worked out. Trust me, I was nervous. It was a nerve-wracking thing just thinking about me having to perform in front of the players. But I'm glad it went well.
To have those kind of lighthearted moments in kind of the thick of camp, how do you think that kind of boosted morale?
It's just good team bonding experiences, just we're around each other so much. So I know sometimes they might need to see us just in a different light and not the coach, just always coaching them. So just to see that, we listen to music too. We've also been in the locker room and we've played this game too. So we're just a little older guys. Same thing.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to one more question with Tony.
Hey, Coach, back to some of your previous players. When we talked earlier with Felt and with Josh, they both talked a lot about how you personally stayed with them through the scouting process for the NFL, through the All-Star games, and were there to help them all along. Even though Felt in particular was being seen at the Senior Bowl as more of a slot receiver, you were still there, he said, working with him a lot. Did you watch his first preseason game the other night? And what were your thoughts on him as a receiver in the NFL?
I was really excited. Feld had a great game. He played really well, had a few catches, made a tackle on kickoff, returned to kick return, and returned to punt. So I was excited to see him get touches. Now, hopefully he can get a couple carries too, and then that'll really make me happy.
And do you kind of see that as part of the responsibility of being a position coach to kind of have that relationship where you're staying with these guys beyond their time at UCLA?
This is more of a lifetime thing. Me being a Bruin, it's just giving back to the school. It's giving back to the school, players that have played here. So I'm never going to throw anybody away or it's over when you leave. We're always going to stay in contact because I'm going to need them to, pass the wisdom down to the younger guys when the time comes.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, great. We'll wrap it up there. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you, guys.